Shabbat Shalom everyone, and welcome to the temple. We begin our service singing together, Hinei Matov Umanaim, how good and how pleasant it is to be here together for Shabbat.
Hinei Matov Umanaim, Sheverachim Gam Yachad. Umanayim sheverachim gam yachad. Hinei matov umanayim sheverachim gam yachad. Hinei matov umanayim sheverachim gam yachad. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleikum. Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleikum. Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleikum. Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleikum. Hinei matov umanayim sheverachim gam yachad. Hinei matov umanayim sheverachim gam yachad.
We turn to page 2 for the blessing over the candles and the fruit of the vine. I would like to invite Michael Friedman to lead us over those blessings.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kedishanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu l'hadlik ner shal Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kedishanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu l'hadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pari hagafen. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, King of the universe, creator of the fruit of the vine.
We turn to page 20 for welcoming the Sabbath bride, L'chadodi.
Yekadoti likrat kala yalala 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 epnei Shabbat mikabela. Yekadoti likrat kala yalala 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 epnei Shabbat mikabela. Shamor v'zamor v'dibur echad, ishmiyanu el hamiyuchad. Adonai echad u'shmo echad, Eli tiferet Eli tila. Lepadodi likrat kala yalala 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 epnei Shabbat mikabela. Lepadodi likrat kala yalala 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 epnei Shabbat mikabela.
And we rise as we turn to page 28 for the Berlow. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, forcefully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tzvaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening. Baruch Ata Adonai, Ama'ariv Aravim. We turn to page 34 for the calling of the Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kivon Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed.
Please be seated. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. And these words which I command you on this day shall be in your heart, shall be in your heart. Teach them faithfully unto your children. Speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, when you lie down, and when you rise. Bind them for a sign upon your hand, that they may be a symbol between your eyes. Write them on the doorposts of your house, and upon your gates, and upon your gates. Teach them faithfully unto your children. Speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, when you lie down, and when you rise, and when you rise.
And we turn to page 40 to sing together Mi Chamocha.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש. נורא תהילות עושה
Give us a place to rest, Adonai our God. Bring us into shelter in the soft, long evening shadows of your truth, for with you are true protection and safety, and in your presence are acceptance and gentle love. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours. Baruch ata Adonai, הפורס סוכת שלום, עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים. We rise for the tefillah on page 46. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ואמותינו, אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב, אלוהי שרה, אלוהי רבקה, אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, God of our fathers and mothers, God of Abraham, God of Isaac, and God of Jacob, God of Sarah, God of Rebekah, God of Rachel, and God of Leah, the great, mighty, and awesome God, transcendent God, who bestows loving kindness, creates everything out of love, remembers the love of our fathers and mothers, and brings redemption to their children's children for the sake of the divine name. Sovereign deliverer, helper, and shield, blessed are you, Adonai, Sarah's helper, Abraham's shield, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. You are forever mighty, Adonai. You give life to all. You cause the wind to shift and rain to fall. You sustain life through love, giving life to all. Through great compassion, supporting the fallen, healing the sick, freeing the captive, keeping faith with those who sleep in the dust. Who is like you, source of mighty acts? Who resembles you, a sovereign who takes and gives life, causing deliverance to spring up and faithfully giving life to all? Blessed are you, Adonai, who gives life to all. Baruch ata Adonai, mechaye hakol. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch ata Adonai, Ael HaKadosh. Please be seated. We turn to page 61 for the blessing of Shalom, asking God for peace and wholeness and wellness. Grant us peace, your most precious gift or eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praised are you, Eternal One, who blesses our people with peace. Baruch ata Adonai, המברך את עמו ישראל בשלום. Courage and healing and strength in our lives. The prayer for healing and strength and courage is on page 253, the Misha Berach.
Mikor habracha sing and let us sing. The renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
In this week's Torah portion, the story of the people of Israel, of Jews, actually begins. Adonai calls on Avram, our first father, our first patriarch, and says to him, Lech lecha, go to the land that I will show you and become a blessing, and I will make of you a great nation. The first commandment to Avram at age 75 is to go to a land that is unknown, the land that God will show him, and to become a great nation. And that's hopefully what we are, that great nation that starts in this week's Torah portion. Abraham follows this commandment of Adonai, our God, in one of the highest points of faith. It is called a true leap of faith, what Abraham does to follow that commandment and to walk from one land to another, leaving his homeland, his family, everything that he earned in 75 years, and to create that great nation. And in our Torah portion, that is not such a long Torah portion, Abraham keeps walking the journey of life, and in that journey we see great moments of leadership, of righteousness. Abraham's go on the First World War, defending the people of the lands of Canaan, defending mainly the people of Sodom, of all people. Abraham is the great defender of the people of Sodom, but not only them, and follows God and travels the land of Canaan, what we know as the land of Israel, and calls on God, and God calls on him there. At the same time, 5 verses after Abraham moves to Canaan, he goes down to Egypt. This time he's not commanded. And there, to our shocking reading, he pimps his wife, Sarah, and actually makes a lot of money out of pimping his wife to Pharaoh and taking advantage of him. And in the same Torah portion, he has his firstborn son, Ishmael, not from Sarah, but from his concubine, and he's allowing his wife Sarah to torture the concubine and her son that he's already, in next week's Torah portion, he's going to send them to die in the desert. So how it is that the Torah, in the same Torah portion, in 4 chapters, is telling us about our first father, the founder of our people, and telling us, just like it is, great moments of faith and also real downfalls of the same person. In the Torah, actually in the entire Hebrew Bible, we will not find saints. We only find real people. By the way, there are some saints, some righteous people. They are never Jews. They are always non-Jews. Jews in the Torah, in the Hebrew Bible, are never saints. They're always like us. And we can find in ourselves and identify with the biblical hero because they're not only righteous, there also are moments that they are actually horrible people. The Torah is about real life. And the Torah teaches us, especially this week's Torah portion, that life is truly a journey, but it's not a journey of climbing up and up and up and becoming always better. It's a journey where we keep fighting to become who we ought to be. but we will never win that. We move one step forward and 2 steps backward, and we keep trying, moving between good and bad, sinning and acts of righteousness. And the Torah teaches us how important it is to be able to look at ourselves in the mirror, to self-critique who we are, and to always try and become who we ought to be. Shabbat Shalom, our anthem is about this journey, Lechi Lach.
To a place you do not know. On your journey I will bless you, and you shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing. And I shall make your name great. And who shall praise your name? To the place that I will show you. L'simchat chaim, l'simchat chaim, l'simchat chaim, you shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing.
Please rise as we turn to page 283 for the Aleinu. Please join me as we read together. Let us adore the ever-living God and render praise unto you, who spreads out the heavens and established the earth, whose glory is revealed in the heavens above, and whose greatness is manifest throughout the world. You are our God, there is none else. Continue together at the top of page 287. May we gain wisdom in our lives, overflowing like a river with understanding. Loved each of us for the peace we bring to others. May our deeds exceed our speech. May we never lift up our hand, but to conquer fear and doubt and despair. Rise up like the sun, O God, over all humanity. Cause light to go forth over all the lands between the seas, and light up the universe with the joy of wholeness, of freedom, and of peace.
Vayom hahu Adonai echad u'shemo echad.
Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. On this Shabbat, we remember especially John A. DeAngelo, Shirley Tanches Deris, Dorothy Bass, Samuel Berg, Jacob Morris Bliden, Leon Blumenson, Louis Brownstein, Irving Kozlow, Lawrence Richard D., Rona Dichter, Sidney Dichter, Ida England, David Feynman, David Fleischaker, Henry Frank, Ruth Gerstein, Stephen Goodman, Isabella Gottlieb, Samuel Jacobson, Lois Joseph, Harry Klein, Augusta Lang, David Margolis, Doreen Myers, Norma Perazelli, Morris Perlmutter, Benjamin Rubin, Edward Sag, Ortnez Platov Sando, Edna Hyman Schuster, Harriet Spiegel, Ronald Sternberg, Nettie Tostin, Samuel S. Turk, Jacob Carl Turk, Sylvia Waller, Dorothy Wasserman, Ruth Zucker, Helene Zukov. And in recent days, Ruth Sobel, Joshua Fink, Bruce Harrow. We think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. With the blessed memories of our loved ones in our hearts, we rise as we turn to page 294 for the Mourner's Kaddish. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביום איכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב, ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך לעלם ולעולמי עלמיה, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו, לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהא שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. זיכרונם לברכה, may the memory of our loved ones come to be a blessing and a benediction to us all. Amen. Our closing song is Oseh Shalom. We ask God to bring wellness and peace to all humanity.
על כל
רצון מלפניך, אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אמותינו, שתוליכנו לשלום. May it be your will, Adonai our God and God of our ancestors, that we always be guided on the paths of shalom, of wellness and well-being and peace, and that you protect us from all harm and evil on our way. Bless the work of our hands and grant us grace, loving kindness, and compassion in your eyes, in the eyes of everyone who sees us. Adonai Shalom, bless us with the Shabbat of Shalom. Shalom to our bodies, to our minds, to our souls. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. There are baked goods made by our sisterhood that you can take with you, and please say Shabbat Shalom to someone you never met. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.